What's shaking, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Gardner Oat, founder and CEO of GEMS Intercontinental, an abbreviation for Gardner's English Mastery School Intercontinental, where we learn English the practical and conversational way. Well, I'm back again with another exciting episode on talking about yourself. And to be very specific, I have prepared detailed slides on talking about your hometown or your background. Well, without wasting much time, let's dive in. I grew up in Nairobi, and it had a big influence on who I am today. Now, this phrase connects your background to your personality, making your answer deeper and more meaningful. Okay? And make sure that you use it, or rather you use a reflective tone to make it sound sincere and personal. Let's get to the next phrase. My hometown is a small but lively place with a strong sense of community. Now, this phrase works because combining size plus feeling gives a fuller picture, which improves clarity in communication. You use this particular phrase when describing both size and atmosphere, and slightly stress on the word lively and community to highlight key features. Let's get to the next one. It's a beautiful city known for its culture and friendly people. Now, this phrase works because mentioning culture and people makes your description more engaging and relatable. You use this phrase when giving a general prescription or description in conversations or presentations. And make sure that you smile when mentioning friendly people because it adds warmth to your tone. Let's get to the next one. I come from a close-knit community where everyone knows each other. Now, this phrase adds emotional depth and helps listeners to visualize social life. You say it when describing smaller towns or villages, and you slow down slightly to emphasize on the phrase close-knit. Let's get to the next one. I was born and raised in Embakasi, and I still feel very connected to it. Now, this phrase combines factual background and emotional connection. You say it whenever you're discussing roots and identity, and you use a softer tone on connected to it to show sincerity. Let's get to the next one. It's a busy city with lots of opportunities, but it can also be quite crowded. Now, this phrase works simply because showing both positives and negatives makes you sound more thoughtful and realistic. So you use this phrase when giving a balanced description. Okay, and pause slightly before but to highlight contrast. Let's get to the next one. One thing I really love about my hometown is the relaxed atmosphere. Now, personal opinions make your speech more engaging and authentic. And you use this phrase when expressing personal feelings, and make sure that you emphasize on the word, or rather the phrase really love, to sound genuine. Let's get to the next one. It's located near Mount Kilimanjaro, which makes it very scenic and enjoyable. Now, this phrase works because adding location details helps listeners visualize your hometown more clearly. And you say it whenever you're describing geography or location. So make sure that you slightly slow down when mentioning the landmark. Let's get to the next one. The people there are very warm and welcoming, which makes it feel like home. Now, this phrase works because human-centered descriptions create emotional connection. And you use this phrase when describing the people and environment. Make sure that you use a warm tone to match the message. Let's get to the next one. Even though it's a small place, it has everything you need for a comfortable life. Now, this phrase works because it shows appreciation and contentment, which is a very relatable trait. So you say it when describing modest towns, and you actually keep your tone relaxed and natural. Let's get to the next one. I currently live in Nairobi, but my hometown will always be special to me. Now this phrase works because it shows both present reality and emotional attachment. You say it when you have moved away from your original hometown, and you pause slightly before but for emphasis. Let's get to the next one. It's famous for its local food, festivals, and cultural traditions. Now this phrase works because mentioning specific attractions makes your answer memorable. And you say it when highlighting unique features, and make sure that you use an enthusiastic tone when listing highlights. Let's get to the next one. Growing up there taught me a lot about hard work and community values. Now this phrase connects your background to life lessons, which is very impactful. And you actually say it in reflective or motivational conversations. And make sure that you speak slightly slower for emphasis. Let's get to the next one. It's a mix of modern development and traditional lifestyle. Now this phrase shows depth and awareness of cultural balance. And you say it whenever you're describing contrast in your hometown. So make sure that you stress the word mix to highlight contrast. Let's get to the next one. It's the kind of place where life moves at a slower, more peaceful pace. Now this phrase works because it creates a stronger mental image and emotional connection. So you say it when describing lifestyle, and you actually need to slow your speech slightly to match the idea of slow pace. Let's get to the next one. Over the years, my hometown has changed a lot and become more developed. This phrase shows awareness of time and development. You say it when discussing change or growth, and you actually emphasize over the years to highlight progression. Let's get to the next one. Most people there are involved in business, or rather small business, and local activities. Now this phrase works simply because it adds realism and context to your description, and you say it when describing economic or daily life. So make sure that you keep your tone informative but very conversational. Let's get to the next one. I would say it's a great place to grow up and build meaningful relationships. Now the phrase works simply because it combines emotional and practical value, which is very persuasive. So you say it when giving an overall opinion, and make sure that you use a confident tone. And of course, to the very last phrase, no matter where I go, my hometown will always feel like home to me. Now this phrase is strong emotional expression, and this makes your message memorable and relatable. You use it or say it in emotional or reflective conversations, and make sure to slow down and soften your tone for impact. Well, up to that point, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on this episode. Thank you so much for your time. Make sure to leave a comment on the comment section. Leave a question on the comment section. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Up to that point in time, thank you so much for your time, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.